Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the summer. It's now officially June, which means, well, the summer update is right around the corner. Bit of a shorter video today, but one I thought many of you may find interesting. And we're going to take a look at some of the messages one of the ERLC vehicle modelers was sending, and a couple of vehicles that never actually made it to the game. So we go to the PLC Discord where Vexity, who you may know them as one of the PLC vehicle modelers, have been working at the studio for a good number of years now. Either way, they were asked a question: what is your favorite vehicle you've modeled in the game? To which they responded, unreleased ones. Let me show you guys a few of the cars I made that were never added to the game. Pretty interesting because we don't usually get to see these sort of leaks or content that were removed or never made it to the game. And I'll send a few. Here is the first one. And we can see this is a Nissan. I'm not entirely sure on the model. I think it looks pretty close to a Qashqai, but I could be incorrect there. Obviously a vehicle we have never seen before and never actually made it to the game, but it looks like a very solid model actually. And very, very close to the real life counterpart. Obviously fictionalized to some extent and does look like it has the fictional logo on the front there, but it looks like a very solid model, if you ask me. We can scroll down here. We've got a couple more to show you as well. Next up is this Volvo here. I believe this is a V60, a Volvo V60, because it's a lot smaller than the XC60 and XC90 series, but again, a very solid car, and if you know me, a vehicle or a brand I've been wanting to see in the game for quite a while now. Unlike the Nissan, it looks very similar to the real-life counterpart, just with the fictionalized branding and emblem on the front and back. Another car that was never added, and this would be a BMW M4. You can even see a couple of vehicles in the back there, although I'm pretty sure those are all vehicles that did actually make it to the game. Either way, another great model here. Does have the fictional logo on the front. I'm not entirely sure how long ago this was made, but the detailing is really nice, even on the tires. This is much nicer than a lot of vehicles we have in the game currently. There's a lot of detail that went into the cars. Obviously, though, no interiors, as you can see there, and I think that may play a part. Either way, we have one more to show you here, which is an Audi e-tron, I believe. Looks very similar to the real life model there, and you can see the grille has kind of been replaced. So I believe this is the electric variant, which is one of their newer models. But again, a very solid model. You can see this one has the slick tires compared to the BMW here. So interesting. I don't know exactly why that is, why some vehicles actually have tread on their tires and why others look completely slick. But either way, a solid model. Never got to see in the game. As you could tell, this was all before interiors were added to the game. So these vehicles were probably made around 2024, early 2025, before they made the commitment to push for interiors on all their vehicles. So that could have played a part, the fact that, well, as we all know, in the summer update of 2025, they added a bunch of interiors to vehicles, and since then have been basically retrofitting every vehicle with an interior. Although I believe the more important reason is copyright. As we all know, back in 2022, Lamborghini started a whole chain reaction of copyright for ERLC vehicles. So if I were to make a guess, all those vehicles that Vexity showed were made around 2024 to early 2025. But the admins, game leads, whatever it was, made the ultimate decision not to release them to prevent any copyrights or lawsuits that other games like Greenville have been experiencing as of late. So obviously quite a shame, but there's not much we can do about that, unfortunately. And I know a lot of people have been wondering about window tint on law enforcement vehicles. Basically responded, "You ain't ready for what is coming." All I'm saying is it's gonna be big. Probably referencing the summer update. I'm not entirely sure what else he would be referencing, but yeah, he also said they're also not meant to good, they're just meant to exist. It is much more fun being able to see through and out of a window than not. Referring to vehicle interiors, that is. I meant adding tints is easy, that'll come anyways. So again, he was probably talking about the summer update then. Obviously, we'll get tints soon. He said adding tints is pretty easy, and I assume they've been working on that for a good number of months now since it was teased and talked about. even before Police Week and, months before that. And whilst we are on the topic of Volvos and European vehicles, I just wanted to show you this pretty quick because I think ChatGPT came up with a pretty nice render of what a Volvo in-game on law enforcement would look like. Obviously, this would be, a fictional livery here. They're not going to put a Met Police livery in public servers, but it looks good. It really does. I would love to see Volvos in the game so badly. So anyways, just a quick news update that I thought some of you might enjoy. Whilst we are here though, obviously the elephant in the room is the summer update. Police Week was the last update until the summer update does release, so that is what all of the developers would be working on right now. When that is going to release, my guess is as good as yours. We have just entered June, which means a lot of the Americans are going to be breaking up for their summer holidays, but it could still be a good few weeks until that releases. Either way, I'll be sure to keep you updated with any news we get from the developers. In the meantime, take care, and I'll see you around.